Hey guys, it's September 13th, 2025. Somebody was asking me the other day, how in the world did I become a Philadelphia Phillies fan out here in Missouri? So was it something new that just, my bandwagon fan? It's like, oh, because they're doing good now, you're a Phillies fan. I can actually say, no, I'm not, guys. I've been through all the hard times. I become a fan back in 1992. You know, how it happened was I was a big Dale Murphy fan, with the Braves. And then when he ended up on the Phillies back in the 90s, I wasn't a Braves fan. I was a Murphy fan, so I followed, Dale Murphy over to the Phillies. And, at that time, I'm coming in middle school. So, how I perceived the world started to change and the likes of Lenny Dykstra, Darren Dalton, uh, and the one that's I'm a true fan, the biggest fan I say in Missouri at least, because I know he has a lot of fans, John Kruk. Him talking about drinking beer and all the stuff, you know, that he did and how much of an entertainer he was. Not even just a great baseball player, but man, he entertained me. And it just, I become a Phillies fan. Those boys, Pete Incaviglia, uh, Wild Thing, Mickey Morandini, all those guys, that was men to me. When I was getting into eighth grade and becoming a freshman, and that's how I become a Phillies fan. I've been a loyal fan ever since. And I'll never forget one of the greatest moments of my life was, my dad was always a big NASCAR fan and a racing fan and all this, and he'd watch the Cardinals because of course, being from here from Missouri. But he come home one day off work, surprised me with Philadelphia Phillies tickets that day. I just got home from school. But here we are. We hop in the truck and he takes me up there to see my hero, John Kruk. Never forget it. That was one of the greatest moments of my life, and I remember every bit of that game. I remember coming back home and just how excited I was. And I was an eighth grader. So thank you, Dad, up there in heaven, because that was a huge moment that he took me. He knew how much the Phillies meant to me back then at that point in my life, and it was a great moment. One thing I got to do with my kids is once we become financially free, that I want to take my kids, Macy and Peyton, and we went out to Citizens Bank Park. So I took them to the home of the Phillies. I never thought I'd get to do something like that in my entire life, but we did. So, you know, and hey, I did get to meet John Kruk a few years back. So, guys, like always, like, share, and subscribe. Peace. Go Phillies and Bryce Harper.